Welcome to the news on Zodiac. Energy Regulatory Authority Mera should raise fuel prices, and the leader of opposition George Ponda said they cannot allow to participate in issues that will affect Malawians in a negative way.
We walked out because there was a debate going on in the House. The debate was whether to adopt the report from the Natural Resources Committee, which were proposing an increase in the fuel prices. The DPP side, the opposition side of the DPP, we were totally against this increase in the prices. And we were at the point when we were, some of our members were providing reasons why we don't want the increase in the prices. But we found that even the first Deputy Speaker, Honorable Kazo, was showing an element of biasness by saying he doesn't want to entertain points of order.
Meanwhile, the remaining members of the House agreed to the committee report, meaning that the Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority will increase the fuel pump prices. Consumer rights body, Consumer Association of Malawi, KAMA, has asked the Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority, MERA, to respond to current economic fundamentals and high fuel prices accordingly to avoid unnecessary fuel scarcities in the country. KAMA Executive Director John Capito says the request is coming amid reports that the landing price of fuel is higher than what they agreed with the importers. Capito says if MERA continues to hold the price increase, importers may reach a point when they will not be able to bring the commodity in the country, a development that may affect the economy.
However, the other challenge that we have noted is that because the oil importers are not getting their full money, what will happen is that in the long run, they might stop importing fuel. When they stop importing fuel, the market will be dry. There will be a scarcity that will make even prices of fuel only to be found on the black market. And if found on the black market at even double the pump price, the regulated pump price. And the fear is that if they stop, the market will be dry. And we have witnessed it in previous scarcities. The scarcities of fuel create a lot of challenges to consumers that they can't travel. And farmers and energy traders cannot do business. Most companies close because they no longer cannot do business. They cannot produce goods and services. And the prices of goods and services double, become so expensive for the consumer because fuel is not available on the market.
But MERA spokesperson Fitina Konji, while acknowledging the observations by KAMA, said MERA board will be assessing the situation and the position will be known once assessment is done.
Indeed, we made a decision also some days or weeks ago to say that the importers are landing the product at a price that is higher. And this has been happening for a while. They have been landing the product at prices that are higher than what was agreed on. This means that we are unable also to compensate them adequately. And this affects their capital for bringing fuel into the country. And then there is need always for the country to look into ways of ensuring that the importers are adequately compensated so that fuel continues to be available on the market. I should stress at the same time that at the moment there is sufficient fuel in the country and there is no need for people to start panicking, fearing that there will be no fuel on the market. However, we need to sustain the availability of fuel in the country. The MERA board is well aware of its mandate, which includes the issues to do with fuel pricing. And the MERA board also, every time that it considers fuel prices, it communicates with the general public the outcomes of the reviews. So should the MERA board make any assessment or finalize the assessment, there will be communication to the general public. But at the moment, there is no need for people to panic.
President Lazarus Chakwera says cordial relationship between Malawi and Mozambique has deepened under the leadership of Filipe Nyusi. He made the remarks during the conferring of Filipe Nyusi, Doctor of Philosophy in International Affairs and Diplomacy at the University of Malawi in Zomba. Dr. Chakwera said efforts of peace and development by Dr. Nyusi in the region and Malawi in particular cannot go unnoticed. As the clock is ticking towards next year's tripartite elections, National Initiative for Civic Education (NICE) has re-echoed calls for review of electoral systems the country uses and adopt gender quotas for women to attain more positions. The organization's executive director, Greg Kalinde-Kafe, said efforts to ensure increased women representation in political positions will remain a tall order unless such systems are reviewed. Kalinde-Kafe said at the orientation of trainers on training manual for women participation in politics in Karonga that changing the electoral systems and adopting gender quotas is key in promoting participation and representation of all women at all levels. Adam Zundaningi filed this report.
Despite the representation of women in the country's political landscape registering some progress after embracing multi-party dispensation, there is still a lot of work for government and electoral stakeholders to do in enhancing effective participation and representation of women in parliamentary and local government polls. Now, the National Initiative for Civic Education believes that changing the electoral systems and adopting gender quotas is key in increasing women representation in political positions. The organization's executive director, Greg Kalinde-Kafe, says equipping trainers with necessary knowledge is crucial for female aspirants to hone skills in public speaking, resource mobilization, and constituency mapping. Irene Wenerupembe is District Gender Officer for Kalonga and outlined some of the factors contributing to raw women representation in the district. NICE, in collaboration with Center for Civil Society Strengthening, are implementing Tawel project with financial support from UNDP. Reporting for Zodiac, this is Adams Clement Undaning.
First Deputy Speaker of Parliament Madalito Kazombo says parliamentary committees are failing to exercise their oversight role on critical issues affecting marginalized groups due to limited funding and has since urged other organizations to come to their rescue. Kazombo made the appeal on Wednesday in Lirongwe during an engagement on deepening gender-responsive budgeting in Malawi organized by the Center for Civil Society Strengthening in partnership with the Scottish National Party Westminster Foundation for Democracy. You're watching news on Zodiac with me, Sibongile Ziambo. We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us.
Welcome to Mantova Girls Academy International in Chiboka, Salima. Though we don't say much about ourselves, we are the best girls' private secondary school. In the past 2 years, we have registered high MSCE pass rates. Out of 46 girls, 44 passed MSCE with the highest, scoring 10 points. That's what we call good grades and better education. In 2022 to 2023 school year, we are expecting fireworks, 99% pass rate. We have quality hardworking teachers, good environment conducive for learning, laboratory, and best library. We believe this year a 6 points is achievable. Send your daughter now to Mantova Girls Academy.
For more information, contact the following numbers. Mantova Girls Academy International. Failure is no option.
Filipina Memorial Boarding School is informing the general public that it has a primary boarding school for both boys and girls and a secondary school that only has a girls boarding school. It has a conducive learning environment with well-built hostels, studying library, a laboratory, and a sports complex. Filipina Memorial Boarding School is situated in Area 23, Benito, in Lilongwe, Malawi. We have other campuses in Area 24, Charismatic 1, and the Kapiri Campus, Charismatic 2 with kindergarten, primary and secondary school. For more information, call us on 0992 900 222, 0992 900 333, 0992 900 300 or 888 124 309. Or you can send us an email at charismaticschools@gmail.com. Filipina, creating a brighter society.
Life moves fast, and so should your packages. Say goodbye to waiting and hello to convenience with Post Courier, your go-to courier service. When you choose Post Courier, you're choosing speed, reliability, and peace of mind. I can always count on Post Courier for quick and safe deliveries. They never let me down.
Welcome back. The headlines as we proceed with the news. DPP's MPs boycott Parliament in protest at decision by Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority to raise fuel prices. NICE Trust re-echoes need for review of electoral systems to adopt gender quotas and achieve increased women representation in political positions. Economic Freedom Movement asks government to put youths as primary beneficiaries of AIP. In sports news, the Football Association of Malawi has released a roadmap for this year's big soccer activities. Moving on with the news, some youths under the banner Economic Freedom Movement has asked government through the Ministry of Agriculture to include youths as primary beneficiaries of the Affordable Inputs Program. The movement spread in a lot of development projects, with only 10% being involved in such, thereby asking stakeholders to put the youths at the center of the development narrative to change the status quo. The remarks were made on Wednesday in Lilongwe at the National Validation Meeting on the development of the National Youth Council of Malawi Strategic Plan, which will be implemented from 2024 to 2029. We now go to sports news. The Football Association of Malawi has released a roadmap for this year's beach soccer activities, which include the national team's participation at the Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt this October. A statement from the association indicates the HTD Championship, which has always spilled into the other year after completion of the league, will now take place in December. Meanwhile, beach soccer authorities say much as they appreciate the calendar, they are worried the league is long overdue. Lilongwe-based Bubesi Bride Foundation, a local non-government organization which utilizes sports to foster development and empowering the youth, has launched a new 4-year program designed to enhance life opportunities for young people through sports leadership. The organization's executive director, Nohala Chinguo, says in the next 4 years, some 13,000 youths aged between 17 to 25 will be trained in life skills, leadership capabilities, and knowledge of sexual reproductive health and rights.
So it is a very insightful program, a sports for development program, whereby us as Bubesi Pride Foundation, we have partnered with Youth Sports Strat International, whereby over the course of the next 4 years, we'll train teachers as local trainers who intend to be training young people as youth sport leaders who will be training young ones in the sports festival. So through this program, they should be able to learn teamwork, collaboration, as well as communication skills and be good leaders. It is a very, very unique link, because we saw, like today, we had relay games where young people were supposed to be passing the ball from one end to the other. Through this, they were learning communication as well as collaboration, so that they should be able to achieve to move that ball to the other sector. At the same time, we're also trying to use them as young leaders. For example, for the youth young sport leaders that we're using in this program, what we're exactly doing is that they should be able to organize events like this. They should be able to organize young people within their communities to take part in these activities, thereby trying to cultivate in them leadership skills. So one of our biggest expectations and goals is that we should be able to reach not less than 13,000 participants. This includes teachers, young leaders, as well as children. But not only that, we hope to extend this program into other districts and not only work in Lilongwe.
The United Kingdom-based charity organization Youth Sports Trust International will bankroll the project to the tune of £400,000 until 2028. Vivian Holt is one of the organization's senior officials.
Well, there are big expectations in the 4 years. So first of all, we want to see more local tutors trained so that other districts benefit from this programme. That is the first thing. We want to create national trainers for Malawi so that they take the programme forward. We no longer come. We empower others to take the programme forward. We want to give more young people the chance to be young sport leaders, because we don't only develop their sporting talent, we also enable them to develop their entrepreneurship and to consider mental health and well-being. So we build a programme that will empower them in sport but also help them in life. At the end of 4 years, what we hope to see are many, many more local tutors, many, many more young leaders, many more children benefiting from activities, but more importantly than that, we want to see the Malawian government and district councils embed this programme as a programme of choice in their strategic plans.
And that's what we had time for in this edition of news. Before we leave you, a reminder of the top stories. DPP MPs boycott Parliament in protest a decision by Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority to raise fuel prices. NICE Trust re-echoes need for review of electoral systems to adopt gender quotas and achieve increased women representation in political positions. Economic Freedom Movement asks government to put youths as primary beneficiaries of AIP. In sports news, the Football Association of Malawi has released a roadmap for this year's beach soccer activities. Visit Odek Malawi for more on these and other stories. This is Sibongi Niziambo. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.